Yeah. So, like, here would be, this is somewhere that we didn't go on the show, though, was, okay, so this is a very common pro-life bumper sticker.
Choose life.
Just choose life with a heart. And there's different versions of that, but they all have, like, a heart, and they all say choose life, or almost all of them have a heart.
You don't like this one?
I'm not sure that really makes people think. And I kind of want to make people think. I think
it's nice.
It's not nice.
It's not. It's not. It's not necessarily powerful. It's nothing that's not cliche, but it's nice. It's simple. It's clean. It states its thing very well.
This is the beginning of my way of, and not to say that you are wrong, but just that I think that having something like this is useful. Not that that's just not okay, but this is still, I think, is equally as good as what the ones you want, is because if you're taking this argument of saying something that's pro-life,
right,
and I could compare that to having the Jesus feet, or
Baby,
the Jesus
precious feet,
the Jesus fish,
right?
Oh, there you go.
Is in what you're saying is that this is nice, but it's not as good as the ones you're going to read,
right?
Does that mean that the Jesus fish is nice, but you would rather have the ones that make people think?
I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure that my arguments for pro-life bumper stickers always would apply to a religious bumper sticker. I think certainly I've seen more annoying religious bumper stickers than annoying pro-life ones. And so I'm fine with
it could be the way you're entrenched in the pro-life movement.
Well, and that's what my point is.
Sure.
Because in my mind, from you saying that, is that you think this is more successful and you're more passionate about it, and so that's why you think these are better. But if you apply that to your Christianity and wanting to spread the gospel, you're saying that it's okay to just have the Jesus feet.
Well, here would be one reason.
Jesus
fish. Here's one. But I think my counter would be, I don't think that you can make a strong argument for Christianity in a bumper sticker where I think you can make a strong argument for pro-life.
Well, yeah, why not?
In a bumper.
Here we go.
Here
you go.
Go ahead.
Here you go. God equals perfect. Sin equals death. Jesus equals salvation.
And the atheist says, I don't believe in God.
Doesn't matter.
And the pro-choicer says they don't.
For an atheist that would want to hear would need to hear the cosmological argument, the teleological argument, the argument for immorality. You can't do that in a bumper sticker.
And you can't do all of it. Sticker.
But you can say, for example, abortion is the ultimate child abuse. Or abortion stops a beating heart. Which is one of my favorites listed on here, by the way.
One difference. One difference is that you can have, and most of us do have, a moral view about the value of human life, and not necessarily the same moral views about God. And that's something that we have a lot more common ground to work with than we do with religion.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Because all the main religions of the world have a value to human life.
Yeah.
And so we can appeal to that, plus most agnostics or atheists would probably still have a value to human life. So we have a lot more to appeal to.
We have a Twitter question from Jennifer. What about the guns bumper sticker from Abort 73? It says, would it bother us more if they used a gun?
I do like that, and I
like it too. I actually really like that.
Sweatshirt.
I had the shirt. I still have the shirt. It's just really faded now.
That one, and I just think it's not quite as much my style.
Okay.
Because I think you could.
See,
I don't know. I don't see
here's my thought. Here's one of the things that I want to say.
I like that soundbite though.
Here's one of the things I want to say to possibly counter what Andrew is saying. Maybe I don't want to come off as argumentative as we kind of are right now. Is
okay
my concern, believe it or not, is not only to make an argument to pro-choice people, but I've heard testimonies of women that chose not to have an abortion after seeing a bumper sticker. And so I'm looking at, I don't know that just choose life would necessarily turn that many women around, but for them to see abortion stops a beating heart.
Correct. That's
then
why
suddenly
I like
she thinks, oh, wait, my baby has a beating heart. Maybe then she turns around. I think that is a reason why that bumper sticker is better than just pro-life.
Right, and I was just thinking, I love the idea of as a former fetus, I oppose abortion. That's probably not the one that's going to be most centered towards a woman driving down the street. I like it because of my kind of argumentative mindset, and it appeals to that type of logical analysis. But choose life with a heart or a child's face might be something that's more influential towards a woman.
So a big question would be this: perhaps we shouldn't choose a pro-life bumper sticker just based on affiliation or making a pro-life argument. Should we base it on what would reach an abortion vulnerable woman the most? What do you guys think?
Well, I don't know. Your bumper sticker with the you guess which one's not protected seems to kind of point to your more general person, your voter, or something like that, which is extremely important in most people that you're going to see on the road.
Yep.
And the former fetus also kind of appeals to your normal person, but the stop the beating heart
Yes, that's why I
can appeal to both. So that is something to consider, especially if maybe you drive by an abortion clinic on your way to work. Maybe you drive in that area. Maybe that's something that you want to consider. A lot of it's stylistic, though. Everybody has different tastes and preferences and what they see that catches their eye.
Right.
So that's a couple other things to consider.
So pull out the big guns. Then.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What do we got?
This is, again, I don't think it's that it's the problem with it, but this is where I relate to it and where I am not too sure that it's the best use.
Okay.
Is go at any type of rally or event or on a campus, something like that. And I know that you would agree with me on this. I think having a chant is a very it's not a successful way. If we're out there chanting some pro-life statement type thing, and I feel like a bumper sticker can be that type of thing. Particularly if there's multiples, you're kind of just you're kind of beating them. Beating them with these small sound bites.
Maybe, you're saying like one bumper sticker is probably better than 5, like all along the bumper sticker.
Well, correct, but also,
I think I agree with you.
But also, if you get abortion stops a beating heart is something that you're not really attacking anything about the pro-choice side. You're not really doing much. It's a fact, and in that statement, you're not even like. And again, I like yours, what you have with the seal, but then you have other arguments that could come from that. And
sure. I mean, you're not going to win the abortion debate in a bumper sticker, but you figure if you're going to use that real estate of your bumper, what is the most important or most effective thing that you can get across to the person that's
Make
behind
someone
you?
Think, maybe start a conversation if you're in a parking lot. That's really all you can necessarily do.
Or make a woman who's abortion vulnerable reconsider.
Correct. Yeah.
But and so this would be my argument is, to me, chanting out in front of an abortion clinic is not as productive as praying with life over your mouth, and that's why, in my sense, and when I say not effective, I think God can use it in different ways, and it can be useful at different times.
Chanting, defining chanting being like you've taken this pro-life slogan and you're just repeating it with a bunch of people over and over.
Right.
Okay,
and that's the feeling I get when I see people that have kind of peppered the back of their car with
Choose one good one.
Well, I'm not saying that it's wrong for them to do that, because again, I think there's a place for that. What I'm saying for me, having something that just says pro-life, something like that, is just kind of identifying yourself with that.
Right.
It's me standing out in front of an abortion clinic praying with tape over my mouth because I'm not going to say anything. I am there. I'm just letting people know that I stand against this and I'm praying. So that's why I think that having just a pro-life bumper sticker is just okay.
And that might be something to consider if you have a pretty professional job. Maybe you drive around clients in your car or something where it's probably not appropriate for your work to have a real political sticker.
Sure.
So you have that little icon that's simple and tells people who you are without creating that adversarial
or the example of if you're going to college or something like that and you're on campus, if you have a pro-life sticker, that could very easily be something where someone might talk to you about it.
Right.
If you have any of the other ones we've talked about that are good ones, the chance of someone coming up to you that's not really sure about the issue is going to be less. You're going to be less open to that idea of having a conversation.
No, I don't think so. On a college campus, I think that would be the place to have bumper stickers like Josh and
they
mine
will come to be confrontational, because I did that. I talk to people. But
that's where you talk to them through their you bring it down.
No, because I loved going up to the people that had all the crazy, like the coat. My favorite
the coat hanger?
No, the coexist.
Oh, coexist. Oh, those are everywhere.
I love going to
those
people with those.
Those people know nothing about religion.
Yes, because all those on there all kill each other. All those religions.
I'm like,
I think that's their point, though. That they have
mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Have you understood that?
It sounds almost to me like it sounds like the argument could be taken to an extreme, though, in the sense that, I mean, if your goal is to avoid confrontation, then should you ever even have a pro-life T-shirt on? Should you ever wear the precious feet pin? I mean, can you kind of clarify for me what it feels like?
okay, like you said, if you have a job, if I'm at,
Let's say you don't have a job where it would be inappropriate.
Say you're a
'Cause I think that's obvious. If you're the president of the United States, you should not have a bumper sticker.
He should.
I'm not saying that would be inappropriate. I'm saying that you have a lot of fellow employees. You have several bumper stickers that kind of portray more a strong argument or something like that, pro-life.
That does make you unapproachable.
It makes you unapproachable.
But so I think we can agree that having multiple bumper stickers, it creates that unapproachability. I mean, I've walked by a car at the campus and I stop and I like back up and I look and I'm reading up and down and I'm like, oh, this guy's crazy.
See, I have sat by one of those cars once before.
You're weird. Can we go on with the next bumper sticker?
Okay, I want a couple things. Question for the audience: what is the worst pro-life bumper sticker you've ever seen? Because there are some that I think are actually doing more harm than good. And we're gonna we've got to close the show, so we're gonna tape a web exclusive. You got to go to prolifepodcast.net. And you'll find this episode. There'll be a web exclusive where we're going to talk about some of the worst bumper stickers we've ever seen on pro-life.
Which is going to be great fun.
And some of the best pro-life bumper. Like if you're like, I want a pro-life bumper sticker, I'm just not sure which one to choose, and you want to know what Josh thinks you ought to choose, I'm going to list about 15 of my favorites that I've seen on the web. Also, just in case you don't know, we have live interaction during the shows. Like I'm seeing Twitter questions up here on my screen. If you want to do that, but maybe you're on KNXT and so you're finding out about this after we've taped it, obviously. It's not a live show for KNXT. Then you want to go to prolifepodcast.net. We always have the details for the shows, when they're going to be, what topics are going to be. You can interact with us through Twitter and things like that. Here's we're going to have a contest for our listeners. I'm going to run it I'll run it for a month after this airs on KNXT, which will probably
It'll
3
give you some extra
months.
time, you internet viewers.
Yeah, it'll be they will have an unfair advantage if you're listening live right now.
So watch it live.
Here's the contest: create your own pro-life bumper sticker. It cannot be a slogan that is already being used on bumper stickers. We will
Google it to find out if it's already been used.
You should Google your own phrase before you stick it on. We will vote for the best bumper sticker that is submitted to us, and a future show winner wins a $50 Best Buy gift card. All right?
Nice.
So for 3 months, you get to go and figure out what is the best pro-life bumper sticker you can come up with. We will do a future show. We will vote. And that person wins $50.
Am I allowed to enter? Because I could use a $50 Best Buy card.
Nope. You cannot enter. But our listeners are completely available. So if you're listening live, stick with us because we're going to. What?
I did the disclaimer.
But I wouldn't be able to. No one can hear it because I was talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. If you're listening live, stick with us. We're going to talk about the worst and the best of all pro-life bumper stickers. And if you missed that, or if you're watching on KNXT and you're like, no, but the show's going to be over, we're going to be watching something else
having so much
in
fun
a second.
With us right now.
Then you want to go to prolifepodcast.net. Search bumper sticker in the search bar, and you can watch the exclusive that we're going to tape here in 30 seconds on the worst and the best of the pro-life bumper stickers. I've actually been yesterday. I went on pro-life bumper sticker sites, and I was taking a look, and there's some that I was like, ooh, this is really good. And there was like, oh, this is really bad. And I was like, there's some bad ones I didn't even know about when we taped the first one.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to do. Thank you for listening, and that's what we're going to get to in a second.
All right.
You've been watching Life Report, pro-life talk, real world answers. Life Report is produced by Right to Life of Central California. Visit their website at fresnoprolife.org.